All right, another day, another drag queen. It's RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under Season 3. Some of our introduction interviews with our up-and-coming queens for the current season. My next guest is Bumpa Love, who is joining us all the way from Melbourne with her matching hair. We are totally twinning today. Hello,
We're
darling.
twinning. Whoop,
What?
whoop.
Beautiful. It's such a pleasure to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's lovely to be here. Mwah. Hi, everyone.
Ah. Now, I've got to say, I love this, the way that we get our intros for the queens. We've got a list of them. The first thing that we get our introduction for you, Bumper, the
Hmm.
oldest queen this season.
Oh,
Don't you love that?
fucking hell. It's like, God, that's so ageist. How rude.
I know. I thought, oh, Jesus, like this, you've got such a beautiful resume following all of that. And we kick off with, she's the oldest one in the room.
Yeah, they're trying to cut me off straight away. I'm like, well, Mum is a battler, so bring it on.
Now, given some discussion that we had in season 2 last year that held a bit of prominence in the narrative, how did that, I suppose, weigh on you going into the workroom? Was there a factor where you're like, oh, am I going to be the old bitch, and is that going to be my story?
Oh gosh, I suppose we're going to have to wait to see because I feel like now it's never been an issue for me because I've just been a working drag queen. So I've never thought of age at all, ever, until, things start moving on the old face. But you got things to fix that. So age going in had never kind of bothered me at all. And it never has. My brother said to me one time when I was a kid, he's an athlete, he said, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can always come first. Because I was competing in sports with him, with people like 5 years older than me. And I was like, oh my God, they're so much stronger and bigger and taller. And he said to me, it doesn't matter how old you are, you just do your best. So it's kind of stuck with me all my life, really. So I could be 18, 50. Who gives a fuck? I'm a drag queen. Bam.
Beautiful. I love that. And I mean, speaking of doing your best, as I said, your resume, this is the season of resume. You've got so much under your belt. You have originated in Auckland. You've been doing drag for over 25 years. You have hosted committees. You've organized events. And are you still running the only drag queen owner produced venue? Is that correct?
Yes, I am. It's Vaudeville Drag Cabaret, people, right behind me here in Melbourne. And we are fully run. All the shows are produced, choreographed, music mixed by drag queens. And I've got pretty much the same team I had when I opened 6 years ago, and they are fantastic. And of course, you'll all know that two of our cast members work here as well. So it was just an amazing dream come true. I know some people might think that having three people from the same place in the show a bit not great. Didn't have that, and I still don't have that feeling because I've seen how hard Isis and Ashley have worked in their careers. I built a business out of drag, and so have they. And I've been very supportive in them. And I put them next to any queen around the world, and they'll knock them dead because they've worked hard. So they had every right to be there with me, as I did. So I'm super proud of the fact that there were three of us from my workplace.
Very, very fun. How did you feel going in knowing you were going to compete against them? With Drag Race being such a competition, was it going to go in and be friendly fire, or was it no holds barred?
Oh, no, that was fucked. Oh, can I swear?
Yeah.
Great. No, that was fucked. That was really fucked. Because, I mean, even though I'm saying I'm super proud of having us there, it's very much a very sharp, double-edged sword. Very sharp. Because there's no way in fucking hell I wanted to be in a position where I could eliminate one of them, or they could eliminate me. That's just my worst nightmare. So it's amazing that we were together, but not what I would have wished for. I wish I could have just been there by myself, and those bitches could go on another year because they're deadly. So yeah, I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword, particularly with only 10 in the cast. The better you do, it knocks them down at least one peg. So that's one step closer to the bottom. So that's
Yeah, and I
really
was trying
hard
to
for
knock
you.
them down all over the place. It's like, yeah, I love you, but go home. Go home.
Get out of here. Now you studied and worked with NIDA as well. You've done so much. Your resume really, really does say a lot for the wealth of experience you have. Did that, I suppose, give you a lot of confidence going in? Were you like, this is my shit, I got it in the bag, or you're like,
None whatsoever. I mean, I've got a degree in performing arts, but no way, because I've never been in that environment. Like, I've had many opportunities in my life, but I've never been. This is like, it's the Olympics of drag. It really is, and I've never been in the Olympics of drag ever in my life. So I was shitting bricks, because out of my comfort zone, I have my own setup where I am. I don't really have to go many places anymore because I can pretty much work as many shows as I want to, in the comfort of where I'm used to. So, what I was super scared about was going into being able to get ready and stuff in an environment that I don't have all of my luxuries around me, because I spoil myself. I'm a queen, and I treat myself as such, like I do with my other queens that I work with, because we're amazing. But I knew I was not going to have that network or all the lovely things I have around me. So I was shitting bricks about that.
yeah, I mean, you're isolated from everyone and you're having a shit day. You just got these 9 others around you. So it would be very, very different to being at home.
Yeah, I don't really have shit days. I'm pretty positive because I am literally living my dream. There are challenges for sure, but I wasn't ever unhappy when I was like doing filming and stuff. I had the best time struggling with the fact that I didn't have my beautiful things around me.
Now, got an interesting one for you here. So you've done a lot of time in New Zealand, and then you're back here and you're working in Australia. So what happens? You walk away with the crown at the end of this season. If you do, are you walking away with the crown? Are you wearing it for New Zealand, or are you wearing it for Australia?
Both. I can represent two countries because I can speak England for Australia and I can speak Māori for New Zealand. So I reckon I get two countries. First time ever they will award it to a two-country girl.
All right, there you go. So, I mean, technically, it would be the third win for New Zealand if you did get it too.
Well, exactly. And technically, I have actually, I think, lived in both countries for almost exactly the same amount of years.
There you go. Well, increasing the odds of New Zealand picking up another win this year.
Total. Come on, Kiwis.
We've got to give us one, just one.
Nah. Never. Although I'm a loyal Australian, I'm also very much a loyal Kiwi, and I try and keep that in my accent. So I hope it comes out in the show. I can't wait to see what my fucking voice sounds like, because I've been trying. I mean, I've done acting gigs and stuff where I've had to change it slightly, but most of the time, casting people on that, they just tell me to keep it. I'm like, okay, great. So I can't wait to hear what I sound like.
That's the biggest thing now, isn't it? You've been like sitting on this little secret for like 6 months now. You're like, oh, don't tell anybody. And you have no idea what it looks like. You have no idea what's going to come out. And now, that waiting game is almost upon you. What's that been like, having to hold on to that?
It was a fucking scream watching the our trailer. Oh my god! I thought, God, I'm fucked. I'm just fucked. But I come across really nice and loving and caring. I'm like, fuck, that is so not my persona, but okay, that's what the camera's caught. So it was completely not what I thought would end up being on screen. So maybe